You never know who you're going to see. They have a hospitality tent, and the Danettes, I send them loose like little kids in a mall when they're done with the show, and then all of a sudden they're trying to get free food, and next thing I know, I'm getting a text. We ran into the host of The Bachelor, exclamation point, exclamation point. Can we have him on the show? McLevin's was like, can we have him on the show? I said, if you want to have Chris Harrison on the show, we can have Chris on the show. So the host of The Bachelor, Chris Harrison, is joining us. What is the reaction on the street? Number one overall reaction that you get, no matter where you are?
Usually it's recognition. I think I know that guy. I think I maybe went to prom with him. I don't know. Made out in the back of the Honda Civic. But then it's like, oh, that's right. And then inevitably, if you're out here, with the gallery, you get, one of the calls of Rose guy. Hey, is this the most dramatic golf tournament ever? The usual.
But do you get guys who act like they don't watch The Bachelor?
Used to.
Now it's cool.
You know what? I think it was the likes of Jimmy Kimmel, Howard Stern, all those guys have brought everybody out of the closet. It's okay now for a guy, athlete, whatever, to be a loud, proud member of Bachelor Nation. But for a while, yeah, everybody was, look, I don't watch. My wife watches the show, and then an hour and a half later, they stop talking about the show. But it's always the guys that are big fans.
How did you get the job?
Oddly enough, I did less to get this job than probably when I was a waiter at Olive Garden in college. I did more to get that job. I was a sportscaster. I started in Oklahoma City as a sportscaster at a college, and then I actually moved to L.A. to start up a horse racing network, which we did do, and then I was so naive and so green when I moved out to L.A., just started auditioning, did some other stuff. And then The Bachelor, though, I never auditioned for, just had a meeting. Met Mike Fleiss, the creator of the show. We hated each other. Worst meeting. No, true story. Worst meeting I've ever had in my life. My agent said, look, you need to go be prepared for this really long, process and get to know these people. And I went in and I was, from the Midwest. I came out of, Oklahoma City and my hair's parted and I got my suit and tie on. I'm ready for a job interview. He came out, California guy, board shorts, black, shirt, his, who knows what was in the air that day in his office. And we just didn't get along. And we left. I was like, I hate you. And that was it. 2 weeks later, I got a call back. He walked in and he said, Harrison, I won't say it on the air, but that was the worst meeting I've ever had in my life. Let's do this again. I hear you're a good guy. And we've been best friends ever since.
When did you know that it exploded?
Aaron Berge. So season 2, we did season 1. It was spring of 2002. And ABC was in the dumps back then. It was, last place network. Things weren't going well. We did well, but it wasn't like gangbusters. And then we had the summer, and it just caught fire. And it was different. You could just tell things were different. Then when Aaron Berge came on, and one of the things that really stuck out to me, I'll never forget it, was I read my Sports Illustrated, and it was Sign of the Apocalypse. And it was that The Bachelor outdrew the World Series. And I'm like, I think we made it. And it was, because then it was like in the New York Times and on Time magazine. It wasn't the tabloids, and it was just kind of everywhere. And it was something it was my first network show. It was so much bigger than me. The best analogy is making it to the Super Bowl your rookie year. It's fun, but you cannot appreciate it. You have no perspective of what's happening to your life. And so my life was blowing up. We're on the number one show. There's 33 million people watching, but I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
It's like, this is great.
Jordan Rodgers goes on, Aaron Rodgers' brother.
He did. I didn't know that.
Yeah, he did. That was Aaron Rodgers' brother. Yeah. But when you realize you got something a little bit different here, and now this is going to impact somebody's life who's not on the show, like how much trepidation or concern or caution do you show when you know you have something here and the other person can't answer, his brother?
Yeah. Well, with Aaron in particular, I'm glad I'm not in the editing process, because I would probably have a little stronger say about stuff like that, because would you have
taken it out?
Well, here's the weird story. I met Aaron on the golf course, oddly enough, like several weeks before we started taping, not knowing that Jordan was going to be on the show. Had no idea. And Aaron and I had met. He's a great guy. Even you guys have met him. Super, super good guy. And yeah, I mean, it's tough, for a guy, speaking personally, who's had his dirty laundry, going through my divorce, having have to deal with that in the public eye. There is that fine line. But Jordan really did want to speak of it. I will say this. I think we handled it as well as we could, because Jordan, if you watch the show, didn't trash his brother. He did, it was more of like just the pain of I wish we could mend these fences. I wish we could fix it. And I was okay with that. If it was trashing Aaron and really backing the bus over him, but it was really just, you had to tell the rest of this story, and you couldn't have this happen with his family and not mention it somehow. I think it just would have been a glaring omission. So I think we handled it delicately, and I think we handled it well. And I've seen Aaron here this week, and he didn't punch me in the face.
Did he say anything?
No, we didn't talk about the show. We just talked. He just gave me a hug and said, "How you doing?" And it was the elephant in the room. It's the first time I've seen him since the show aired. I didn't know if he was going to punch me in the face. I did it here, in the Players Center where there weren't going to be any cameras, because I know that would have been a big tabloid shot.
But a punch to the face is great publicity.
I would have been fine with it.
Yeah. I mean, come on.
I know.
It's all about ratings.
There's
Chris.
always that side of me as a producer that, hey, I'm fine. I would have said, somebody tape this.
But don't you know Olivia Munn, his girlfriend?
I do, oddly enough. So Olivia, this is such a small world. I was a sportscaster in Oklahoma City with the CBS affiliate there, and Olivia interned there. And I kind of ran her internship. And then when she moved out to L.A., I was then married. She actually stayed with us for a little bit. And as she was getting her start as an actress, she came out of Oklahoma City, yeah. So in a way, Aaron kind of owes me for Olivia Munn.
Yeah, good luck with that.
So there's that.
Yeah, good luck with that. Yeah, good luck with that. If these guys were single, now you being the host, and they were bachelors, let's say they were on The Bachelorette.
Right. So this would be our last season on TV.
Yes. Yeah. But it would be every man who would be on there, not good-looking guys. So out of that four, the group four, the core four, who do you think would be the one who gets a rose?
Let's go down Murderer's Row here.
So Paulie at the end.
Yeah.
And then Seaton, and then Fritzy and McLovin.
Yeah. Paulie acting like he doesn't care. Seaton giving me the smoldering look.
Ooh.
I'm really turning it on right now.
Yeah.
Is
that
a little aloof, but sort of intense?
He's a little bit Nick. He's giving me kind of the Ryan Gosling smoldering thing.
Man.
But trying a little too hard.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
What about Fritzy? That's mean-spirited right there.
Jeez.
That was mean.
I don't know what's going on. I can't read that. I can't read that.
Stalker.
McLovin just seems like such a fit. And then we go,
Well, he watches it. He's
right.
He's
and that's the thing
obsessed
is,
with
I
it.
know because we talked yesterday.
That's your core audience right there.
Yeah, that is my audience. Yes, he is every woman that ever watches the show. That is it. And by the way, the new pool he put out here with the divot there, I don't think Pebble wanted a pool there, but he's never going to be a professional golfer.
No, he's not.
But McLovin, come on, that sells itself.
Would women be you'd be surpured though, Chris.
But the hat is. I'm not looking good with that.
No, the hat's not good.
The hat's not working.
So it's the
too
hat.
Big. You never meet
how would you be
on the show?
How would you be on the group date? It's like, all right, McLovin, we got to get in the hot tub with 5 women. How are you going to be?
Well, I'd be the one wearing a T-shirt. I'd be the only bachelor guy.
You're that guy on the beach with the T-shirt.
Yeah.
Hey, man, take off your shirt. No, I'm good.
You'd have to have someone interested in personality more than looks, which doesn't happen often.
And we get to the fantasy suite.
Oh, the fantasy suite? Yeah.
No, we're not doing
I'm
that.
happily married.
No, we can't. Yeah, but if you were single is what he's saying. Give me the Is there
happy
a moment that you've had to edit out that was just too hot, too heavy?
Oh yeah. We've look, it's still on ABC.
Yeah.
And so,
if this wasn't, let's say it's on HBO, how crazy would it be?
Oh God, you could really go as deep and dark as you want. Yeah, with things that are said, off-color remarks and jokes and between the language, between the nudity, we could do a pretty incredible show.
And what's the
Bachelor After Dark would be an amazing show.
What's the goofy girl's name?
Corinne.
Oh, Corinne.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she's good for TV.
She's great.
Yeah.
Look, people always think that we cast the crazy girl. You really don't. You don't have to. Look, right here.
Yeah.
I was going to say half, but 100% of this group are crazy. You lock down this stage and we have a show right here. These guys, a few are going to be in tears before the end of the day.
Really?
Yeah, easily.
That emotional. That sounds like a show.
No, but people think we go out of our way to find that. You don't have to. That stuff really does come on its own.
He's Chris Harrison, host of The Bachelor. We'd love to have you on again. It was great.
I love it.
Great.
You guys have been such a fan of the show. I know you guys talk about the show, and And then when I saw these guys yesterday, I'm like, we got to do this.
Of all the people we've had on this week, they're all of a sudden, we ran into Chris Harrison, host of The Bachelor. Can he be on? And I'm like little kids asking if they can have dessert.
For me, I've been here all week, too, and been doing stuff with the PGA and did a deal for the Players' Wives. It's like fantasy camp here for me. I mean, you know, these guys, I mean, Jim Nance was just here.
I know. Hello, friends. Yes, McLovin.
Can I pepper him with questions about Nick after?
No, you can't.
Oh, okay.
No, it's time. We got to wrap up.
No, after when
if you want
permission,
to, yeah, you can walk him back to the hospitality suite if you want to, okay?
As I take a moment and say my goodbyes, you can walk me to the limo.
Wow. You can give him a rose if you'd like, McLovin. He's Chris Harrison, host of The Bachelor. Thank you, Chris. We'll come back.
The Dan Patrick Show, weekday mornings on Audience.